What's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to the channel. As always, we're here to break down the latest news and rumors surrounding your Dallas Cowboys. The team is working hard this offseason to get better, make smart roster moves, and prepare for a huge 2025 campaign. But before we dive into today's big news, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And if you're new here, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a single update on America's team. All right, let's jump right into it. For years, the Cowboys' backup quarterback situation hasn't been a major concern. Dak Prescott has been the undisputed starter, and Dallas has relied on veterans like Cooper Rush to step in when needed, but things are changing in 2025. Over the weekend, Rush signed with the Baltimore Ravens, becoming the new backup for Lamar Jackson. And while Trey Lance is still technically in play, it seems like his time in Dallas might be coming to an end. That leaves only Will Grier as the other QB on the roster behind Prescott. Clearly, Dallas needs to add depth at the quarterback position, whether that's through a trade or the NFL draft. And now a new name has surfaced, Joe Milton III. According to ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, the Cowboys have trade interest in Milton, and the New England Patriots are exploring a potential deal for the young quarterback. Joe Milton? This is a really interesting name in this quarterback carousel we're talking about because he has trade interest, Fowler reported. The Patriots are exploring a trade. I'm told several teams are interested. One team to potentially watch for is the Dallas Cowboys because they are looking for a good backup, a young backup with upside they may not get in the draft. Maybe they get in a trade. At 6'5" and 247 pounds, Milton is a physical specimen. While he wasn't a highly touted prospect coming out of college, he has flashed potential at the NFL level. Some key reasons why Dallas might be interested. He has already played in the NFL, giving him an edge over rookies in the draft. He possesses raw talent and a big arm, which could be developed in the right system. The 2025 draft class isn't great for quarterbacks, so trading for Milton might be a better option. Last season, Milton had a solid preseason and even put up 241 passing yards and a touchdown in a regular season game against the Buffalo Bills. While he's not a finished product, he's an intriguing option for teams looking for a young QB with upside. The Cowboys have a decision to make. Should they trade for Milton, giving them an NFL-ready backup with developmental potential? 2. Draft a quarterback and develop him from scratch. If Dallas trades for Milton, they get a player who already has some pro experience. He could step in as Prescott's backup immediately and provide long-term value at the position. If they draft a quarterback, they'll likely be picking in the middle rounds where the talent pool is thinner. This means they'd have to spend time developing a rookie who may never pan out. Milton is still young, and if the Cowboys believe in his potential, this trade could solidify the backup QB spot for years to come. Let's switch gears for a moment and talk about Michael Gallup. Once a rising star in Dallas, Gallup has now signed with a division rival, the Washington Commanders. Back in 2019, Gallup put up 107 yards and 6 touchdowns, making a name for himself alongside Amari Cooper. But since then, his production has declined. Injuries, play, and the emergence of CeeDee Lamb pushed him down the depth chart. Now, he's hoping to revive his career in Washington. But did he make the right decision? Here are 3 reasons why Gallup may regret signing with the Commanders. Gallup isn't walking into a WR1 or WR2 role in Washington. In fact, he'll likely be the 4th option behind Terry McLaurin, Debo, Samuel, Noah Brown. That means fewer targets, fewer opportunities, and less production, which could make it tough for him to earn a big contract in the future. For his entire career, Gallup has practiced against the Cowboys' defense. Dallas knows his roots, strengths, and weaknesses better than any other team. Now that he's with the Commanders, he'll have to face that same defense twice a year, and Dallas will be more than ready for him. Washington's rookie QB Jaden Daniels had a phenomenal first season, but history shows that many young quarterbacks struggle in their second year as defenses start figuring them out. If Daniels takes a step back in 2025, it could hurt Gallup's production even more. And at 30 years old, he doesn't have much time left to prove he can still be a top receiver. At this point, it looks like the Cowboys are just about done making big moves in free agency. Sure, they've made some depth signings, but they still have major holes to fill. especially with all the players they lost this offseason. Now, unless Jerry and Stephen Jones surprise us with a late signing, the 2025 NFL Draft is going to be huge for Dallas. Not only will they need to nail their draft picks, but some of the role players already on the roster will need to take on bigger roles and produce at a higher level. And let's be real, the Cowboys still haven't locked up Micah Parsons long term, which should be priority number one before worrying about anything else. So with that in mind, which players need to step up in 2025? Let's take a look. One of the biggest areas of concern for the Cowboys is the secondary. Jordan Lewis is gone. Trevon Diggs is still recovering from injury. The depth at cornerback is questionable. That means Israel Mukuamu is going to have a big opportunity in 2025. The Cowboys brought Mukuamu back on a one-year deal, and at 25 years old, he still has room to develop into a key contributor. If you remember, Mukuamu was a sixth-round pick in 2021 out of South Carolina. While Dallas listed him as a safety, he was originally a cornerback in college and has the versatility to play multiple spots in the secondary. Back in 2022, when Jordan Lewis missed 11 games, Mukuamu stepped up as the nickel corner and played well. Now with Lewis gone and Diggs still working his way back, he might be asked to do it again, but in an even bigger role. Here's what Mukuamu has done so far in Dallas. 50 games played, 3 starts, 22. Tackles, 4 pass breakups, 3 interceptions. Those aren't flashy numbers, but when he's been on the field, he's made plays. If he can take another step forward, he could be a major piece of the Cowboys' defense in 2025. Now let's talk about the offense because, let's be honest, it's looking a little thin outside of CeeDee Lamb, with Brandon Cooks gone in free agency. The Cowboys desperately need someone to step up at wide receiver. And right now, Jonathan Mingo is on the hot seat. Mingo was a second-round pick in 2023, and to say he's underwhelmed so far would be an understatement. Here's the brutal reality: more fumbles, 2 than touchdown catches. Sabazu, only 5 catches for 46 yards in the final 8 games of 2024. Hasn't been a real factor in the offense. Why Mingo has to show up in 2025? The Cowboys haven't made a major move at wide receiver yet, but they might draft one in April. If that happens, Mingo's spot on the depth chart could be in serious jeopardy. Dallas needs a legitimate WR2 behind CeeDee Lamb. Right now, it's a mix of Jalen Tolbert, showed flashes but not a sure thing. Paris Campbell, signed in free agency, but can he stay healthy? Mingo has the talent but hasn't produced. If Mingo doesn't take a big step forward, the Cowboys' passing attack could struggle badly in 2025. One of the biggest concerns heading into 2025 is the overall firepower on offense. Right now, let's be honest, outside of CeeDee Lamb, who scares you on this offense? No true WR2. No elite go-to running back. Uncertainty at tight end. Dallas needs to add more weapons. Signing Paris Campbell was a nice depth move, but let's be real. Do we really expect him to be a major contributor past training camp? I have my doubts. Draft a wide receiver early. The Cowboys need a legit WR2 to take pressure off Lamb. Find a reliable running back. Right now, the backfield is a mess with no clear lead guy. Utilize tight ends more. Jake Ferguson showed promise, but he needs to be a bigger part of the game plan. If the front office doesn't address these issues, this offense could take a major step back in 2025. Dallas still has big decisions to make this offseason. Will they trade for Joe Milton? Will they draft a young quarterback? Will they look for more help at wide receiver after losing Gallup? This is shaping up to be an exciting and crucial offseason for the Cowboys. They need to get these decisions right if they want to compete for a Super Bowl in 2025. Now it's time for you to weigh in. Should the Cowboys trade for Joe Milton, or should they draft a QB? Will Gallup succeed in Washington, or will he regret leaving Dallas? What other moves should the Cowboys make before the season starts? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let's get the conversation going. And before you go, don't forget, like this video if you enjoyed the discussion. Subscribe to the channel for daily Cowboys updates. Turn on notifications so you never miss the latest news. That's it for today, Cowboys Nation. We'll see you in the next one.